Hi all, I'm Sufyan. I'm the Storage Technical Marketing Manager at Lenovo ISG, and today I'll walk you through a demo of SnapLock on our ThinkSystem DMNDG series covering both compliance and enterprise modes. So whether you're looking to meet regulatory requirements or enforce internal data retention policies, this demo will show you how SnapLock helps secure your data with confidence. Now imagine this. Your most critical data, financials, compliance records, wiped out by ransomware or a rogue admin. The cost, downtime, penalties, and lost trust. But what if you had absolute certainty those files going to be altered or deleted during your defined retention period? That's what SnapLock delivers. So what is SnapLock? SnapLock provides worm data, write once, read many. Storage for data protection, governance, and regulatory compliance. Think of it like sealing a document in a vault. You can read it, but you cannot change or remove it until the lock expires. It supports NFS, SMB, and CIFS, which is certified for strict government regulations. SnapLock has two modes, compliance and enterprise. Compliance mode is certified and immutable. No deletion or modification until retention expires. Enterprise mode allows privilege delete for internal governance and ransomware protection. Both support auto-commit, event-based retention, and volume append mode. Now, let's jump to a demo on how to create SnapLock volumes for both compliance and enterprise modes and see how they protect our data. Now, let's first create a compliance mode volume, access it, commit a file to worm state, and then try to delete it. For that, within the Lenovo Storage Manager, click on Add Volume and give your volume a name. Size, and we will share it via SMB so we can access it through our Windows system. Within More Options, you will have to enable SnapLock. SnapLock requires that your compliance clock is initialized. To protect the volumes with SnapLock, initialize the compliance clock on all the nodes. Simply click Initialize SnapLock Compliance Lock. Choose Compliance as the SnapLock type, and you will see a few options here. The auto-commit period for a SnapLock volume is the period after which any regular file, without any new writes, will automatically be committed to a worm state. The retention period is the time period for which a file should be kept in a worm state. Minimum, maximum, and default retention periods specify the allowed retention period for a volume to be in a worm state. Here, we will set a minimum retention period of 30 days. Default retention set to minimum, and for the purpose of this demo, we won't be enabling snapshots. Simply click Save. As you can see, our SnapLock compliance volume is created. Let's access the volume via SMB share, create a file, make it read-only to trigger worm state, and then try to delete the file. Within our SnapLock compliance volume share, let's create a file, make it read-only, committing it to worm state, and then try to delete it. Properties, mark it as read-only, and now let's try to delete it. As you can see, the file is now immutable for 30 days. Even admins cannot delete it. Enterprise mode for SnapLock works essentially the same way, but it gives you the flexibility to delete the volume or files given you have privilege delete enabled, and an auto log is needed to track any changes to the data or the enterprise SnapLock volume. Next, we will show how to enable an audit log and privilege delete on an enterprise SnapLock volume so we can delete that particular volume. Before jumping to the CLI for privilege delete, let's make sure that our enterprise SnapLock volume has files in worm state. And sure enough, we cannot delete these files or volumes without an audit log and privilege delete enabled. Now let's jump to the CLI. Within the storage cluster CLI, we can see that privilege delete is not enabled. Before we enable privilege delete, we need to create an audit log volume and then an audit log to track our changes. This command will create our audit log volume. Our audit log volume is created. Now assign an audit log to it. To assign an audit log to our volume, we'll use this command. With our audit log now in place, let's enable privilege delete. With privilege delete enabled, we can now head to the storage manager to delete the volume. With all the prerequisites met, let's delete the volume. As you can see, the volume was successfully deleted. SnapLock compliance mode guarantees absolute immutability for regulatory needs. Enterprise mode offers flexibility with privilege delete, but every action is tracked in the audit log. With SnapLock, your data is protected against ransomware, mistakes, and insider threats. Thank you so much for watching.